In the moment of kneeling, I find my strength in surrender and a deeper connection to all that is. The more I kneel, the more I understand that sometimes letting go is the most powerful thing I can do. Falling to my knees isn't weakness, it's embracing the full depth of my human experience. When you allow yourself to surrender, the universe has a way of showing you exactly what you need. In every fall to my knees, I find a moment of clarity that changes everything. The greatest growth happens when we stop resisting and allow ourselves to simply be. Every time I let go of control, I feel the universe wrapping me in its gentle embrace. It's in the act of surrender that we often find the most profound answers. Sometimes the greatest revelations come when we stop trying to figure it all out. Dropping to my knees is my way of saying to the universe, I'm open to what you have for me. The universe speaks to us in the quiet moments, and I have learned to listen from my knees. There is an undeniable power in vulnerability, and it's in that moment of surrender that I find my truest self. By kneeling, I am acknowledging that I don't have all the answers, but I trust that the path will reveal itself. Letting go is not an act of defeat. It's an invitation for growth and transformation to enter my life. The quiet moments on my knees are the most powerful ones because they allow me to reconnect with my inner truth. In the stillness, I find strength, peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. There's something sacred about kneeling. It's a reminder that I don't have to face everything alone. When life brings me to my knees, it's a sign that I'm ready to embrace something new and powerful. Surrender is not giving up. It's choosing to trust that something greater is at work in my life. The beauty of kneeling is that it's a moment of quiet surrender that opens the door to new possibilities. Sometimes it takes a fall to realize how far we've come and how much we've grown. In every surrender, I find my power because I know I'm not giving up. I'm simply making room for something greater. It's when I stop resisting the flow of life that I feel the most connected to my purpose. Falling to my knees allows me to reset, recharge, and rise with renewed clarity and strength. The moment of surrender is the beginning of a new journey, a journey I'm ready to embrace fully. When I kneel, I'm not admitting defeat. I'm opening myself to receive the wisdom and strength I need to move forward. In the act of dropping down, I find the freedom to be present and to fully experience this moment. Every time I kneel, I'm reminded that the universe has a plan for me, and I am exactly where I need to be. Surrendering isn't about letting go of hope. It's about letting go of fear and trusting in the process. When I kneel, I create space for healing, growth, and transformation to take root in my life. I've learned that the most powerful moments come when we allow ourselves to feel everything deeply without resistance. Dropping to my knees is a moment of vulnerability that turns into the strongest form of self-love. Each time I kneel, I remember that surrendering is not a sign of weakness, but an act of courage and trust. In the space of surrender, I find the clarity to see everything I've been searching for. The act of kneeling opens my heart and mind to the infinite possibilities that lie before me. Surrendering isn't the end, it's a new beginning full of hope, love, and possibilities. In every drop to my knees, I find that the universe is always ready to meet me with open arms. Sometimes I don't need answers. I just need to surrender to the moment and trust that the answers will come. The most powerful thing I can do is to let go of the need to control and simply trust that everything will work out. In kneeling, I've discovered that it's not about what's happening outside of me. It's about what's happening within me. I've learned that surrendering is where the magic begins. It's where I make room for new growth and transformation. The act of kneeling is my way of opening up to the wisdom and love that the universe has waiting for me. Each moment on my knees is a reminder that life is a journey and I don't have to navigate it alone. When I surrender, I stop fighting what is and allow life to show me its true beauty. Falling to my knees isn't about giving up. It's about giving in to the flow of life and trusting where it will take me. I've come to realize that there is no weakness in surrender. It's the moment I find my greatest strength. In the quiet surrender, I find the clarity to see things from a new perspective, with fresh eyes and an open heart. When I kneel, I stop resisting the flow of life and instead allow myself to be carried forward with grace and ease. Surrendering has taught me that the more I let go, the more I receive in return. In the stillness of the moment, I found the deepest connection to my soul, and it's overwhelming in the best way possible. When life brings you to your knees, it's not a moment of defeat. It's the moment you discover the strength to rise again. In the quietest of moments, the loudest revelations happen, shaking you to your very core. I never imagined that the path to enlightenment would come from a place of surrender, but here I am, falling into something I never expected. The heart knows its own truth, and sometimes it whispers, sometimes it shouts, but it always leads you to where you need to be. Sometimes the greatest clarity comes when we let go and simply trust the universe to guide us. What we find when we drop everything is not emptiness, but the fullness of who we truly are. There's something beautifully humbling about surrendering to the universe and realizing it was always guiding us. The power in falling to your knees isn't weakness, it's the strength to accept what is and embrace what's yet to come. Every moment that takes my breath away is a reminder that life is full of surprises, both beautiful and unexpected. In surrendering to the unknown, I found peace in places I never expected to look. When you drop to your knees, it's not to beg for answers, but to open yourself up to receiving them. The feeling of vulnerability is where transformation begins, and I'm ready to embrace it all. Falling to your knees isn't about giving up. It's about letting go and allowing the universe to reveal its magic. The moment you stop fighting, you begin to feel the depth of the love and peace around you. Surrender is not the end. It's the beginning of something far greater than you ever imagined. It's when we stop running from the emotions we fear that we can finally feel the peace we've been longing for. Sometimes the answer lies not in moving forward, but in kneeling down and taking a moment to breathe. When you let go of control, you create space for miracles to unfold in ways you never saw coming. This moment of stillness on my knees is where everything changes. Every deep breath I take reminds me that I'm not alone in this journey, and everything is unfolding as it should. The most profound moments of growth come when you feel most vulnerable, when you're willing to drop everything and just be. I never thought I'd find clarity in such a vulnerable place, but here I am, discovering more about myself than ever before. Falling to my knees wasn't defeat, it was surrendering to something much bigger than I am. In the quiet moments, I've realized that I don't need to have all the answers. Sometimes I just need to listen. The power of kneeling is not in the act itself, but in the willingness to let go and trust that everything will unfold. When the weight of the world brings you down, you can choose to rise or stay grounded in the lessons it has to offer. Every time I fall to my knees, I feel the presence of something much greater than myself. I've come to realize that surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It means opening myself to a new world of possibilities. The beauty of dropping to my knees is that it allows me to release the past and embrace what's ahead with open arms. It's amazing how quickly life can shift when you allow yourself to let go of the need for control. The most powerful moments happen when we stop trying to force things and simply allow them to unfold naturally. I never knew that the key to freedom was surrendering to the present moment. I've learned that sometimes the strongest thing you can do is to kneel, breathe, and trust the journey ahead. In this moment of quiet surrender, I feel an overwhelming sense of peace, that I never thought possible. Dropping to my knees reminds me that I don't have to carry the weight of the world alone. I'm supported by something far greater. It's when we let go of resistance that we open ourselves up to the miracles life has waiting for us. The quiet moments on my knees have become the most profound moments of clarity in my life. When you surrender to life, it will surprise you with the beauty you never thought possible. I've discovered that the more I let go, the more space I create for life's true blessings to enter. Surrendering is not weakness. It's an invitation for growth and transformation to occur. The beauty of vulnerability is that it opens up possibilities we never thought existed. Sometimes you have to fall to your knees before you can rise higher than ever before. The act of surrendering is where the deepest healing begins. It's where I rediscover my strength. Letting go of the need to control allows the universe to guide me in ways I never imagined possible. In these quiet moments, I've learned to embrace the unknown, and I'm no longer afraid of where it leads. It's when you stop struggling that the universe can finally reveal its plan for you.